paper, but as you know, application of the higher, you have some questions that will come also on foundation. So the first few questions is helpful for both. Let's try and do as much as we can today. This will help you on your exam tomorrow, and I'll try and upload the quick video if you want to review it. Don't worry about printing this paper. Today is more about you picking up on things that you might have seen on the exam and you're not quite sure how to do it. Just pick those up. Have your notepad to hand, because I always say if you have your notepad, you can make those extra questions. Some of them are quite simple to write, and you can see similarities to the one on your exam. As you can see, this is a calculator paper, so I'm going to use as much as I can the calculator because I want you to get the most out of it, okay, guys? Make sure you follow us for the tips today, because we're going to post the recording later on. So foundation, this comes on foundation as well as higher. Please don't ask those questions today, because you know already by doing some of the papers with us, at least 10 of the questions that come on foundation comes on higher as well. Okay, tap on the screen if you're okay with that, share with your friends, and let's go over a couple of questions today. Hopefully you can read what's on the screen. And we have the first one is an exchange rate. So the exchange rate is £1 buys 2.23 euros. Find how many pounds can be bought for 2,676 euros. So to find out, you need to divide, because you already have the value for euros there. So you just have to divide. So you have 2,676 divided by 2 euros 23. Because I know that, I'm going to plot that onto the calculator. Okay. Press on. If you have more things than one on your calculator, please clear it out. I don't know how many times I say this. At the beginning of every single calculation that you do, check if there's nothing in the memory. You should have degrees and math. Okay. So 2,676 divided by 2.23 euros. And you get the answer of, we're doing in euros. So we have, it looks like pounds, doesn't it? And there we go. That's where you write on the dotted line. If you don't do this, you miss marks. I know some of you forget to do it and you miss that mark. Don't miss that mark, guys. Okay? Was that easy? Tap on the screen if that was easy. That's for foundation as well as higher, guys. Tap on the screen. Great. Let's go to the next question. Question 2. So on question 2, a square has an area of 196 centimeters squared. Find the perimeter of the square. I always say if you're not quite sure what it is, so the first one we know is area is equal to length times width. It's a square, so that means length and width have the same value, okay? So if I have to put this as an equation, it will be x times x. So they'll be the same, exactly the same. So to revert that, the opposite of squared is square root. So all of you should know this by now. If you've been with me, you've definitely done this several times. So we want to know the answer for that. Again, grab the calculator. I don't want you to think about the square numbers, okay? Tap that on the calculator and you have 14. So it's 14 centimeters. So if I know it's 14 centimeters and I want to find the perimeter, think about the square. All the sides have the same length, okay? So that means it's 14 times by 4. 14 times by 4. Tap that on the calculator. I didn't clear anything, so I'm going to leave it as it is. And times by 4, 56. So if you know the answer is 56, what? Centimeters squared. In the Excel, sorry, centimeters, not squared because it's not area. We are dealing with AQA and Edexcel, and both of them should be able to tell you is in centimeters squared or centimeters or cubed. If its volume is cubed, okay? Great, guys. Let's go to the next one. Remember, maths is maths. You need to be able to apply AQA or Excel, okay? This is just another sample taken from the advanced information, and we are using the most recent one. Okay, Denver, Eagle and Fido are all dogs who eat different amounts of dog food. Denver gets 8/9 of the dog food. Eagle and Fido share the rest of the food in the ratio of 9:5. I always write the total on the side. I know the total here is 14. Obviously, I always think, okay, why do I need that? I might need to calculate the ratio. So we're going to do exactly the same. So again, this is a way of seeing the proportion of what the dog is. So what's left? So you can write that down. 19, take away 8, because we know Denver already has that. So whatever is remainder is what you put as the value, okay? So remainder, 11. 11 out of 19. We need to remember that's the total. So knowing that, we can use that information for the next step. So we know the ratio for Angle, and we know the ratio for Fido. So what we have to do now is find out what is Fido's share of the dog. So knowing that, we need to divide that by 14 because that's the total for the ratio. Okay? And then you need to multiply by the actual Fido's ratio. So you times that by 5. So we have now an equation that we can plot on the calculator and save time, okay? Guys, I want you to save time in exam. You plot exactly that onto the calculator. We want the percentage as well. So we know percentage is out of 100. So whatever value you get at the end, you times by 100. Okay, guys? Make sure you times at the end by 100. So once you have that, you should be able to round to the nearest percent. Let's plot that on the calculator. I don't like wasting time on the calculator paper. This is quick and easy to do. So if you know how to do this, guys, tap on the screen. If not, say no. So we have 11 out of 19. Use the cursor to come to the side. Divide that by 14. Times by Fido, which is 5, the ratio of 5. And times by 100 because it's a percentage, so it is out of 100%. And you should have a fraction like this. You need to find the percentage, press SD to find the value, okay? So we can see on yours, if you can see on mine as well, it is 20.6766. So I always say write down as many as you can, up to 4, at least up to 4 decimal places, so the examiner knows where you got the information from. 6 recurring, and then you have 7, 6, 6, 9. And then the approximation for this would be the nearest percent, I think is 21. So you should have 21% as the whole, and you write that on the side. He already has the percent. If he doesn't, please write that down. Okay? Great, guys. Next one. So here we are. So guys, if you know how to do this, start writing the answers on the comments. If not, check how I do this. So there's 2 stages to this one. So you have 8 times whatever is inside the brackets on this side, and you have 5 whatever is inside the brackets on the other side. So what we have to do is to make sure that we expand out first and then we simplify. So let's do this. So first we multiply out 8 times 10x. Guys, this is the first few questions comes on higher as well as foundation. At least the first 10 questions, if you are on Edexcel, on AQA, it's blended in the middle, okay? So you'll have at least 10 questions, which is these easier ones on the first part. It's for both. Thank you, guys. Really like that because the advanced information is for Edexcel and AQA and OCR. So all the information we're using is based on their selection. Okay, guys? So then once you've done this and you want to expand, you multiply out. So 8 times 10x is going to be 80x. 8 times by positive 4 is going to be equal to 16. 32. What am I thinking? 32. And then you have the next one, minus 5 times 8 is minus 40x. And minus times the minus is a plus, guys. Remember that one. I always keep saying that. So that means minus 5 times minus 4. So it's going to be a positive 20. Now we can simplify that. Remember, like for like terms, we're going to deal with this too. And remember, the sign goes with it. Those two go together, okay, guys? So that means 40x is going to be the answer because you're doing 80x minus 40x. So the answer is going to be 40x. And now you do the same with the next one. Positive and positive. So we're adding them together. If you know how to do this, guys, tap on the screen. Say, yes, 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 I can do this. Let's go. So both of them added together, we get 52. So that's the final answer. Make sure you write on the dotted line exactly that. 40x plus 52. If you don't do that, you miss 1 mark. Okay? Fantastic. I don't want anybody missing marks. I've done today with one of the students. By getting 56 marks at the beginning, you already have a grade 8 on this type of paper, okay? So make sure you practice. Share with your friends during the exam tomorrow, please. Okay? So here we have 3 different questions, guys. 3 different questions. Follow us if you want to make sure you have this recording later on. We're going to post on YouTube, as well as we're going to make sure it's on TikTok, but it'll be on speed on TikTok and the normal format on YouTube. So just before you start your exams tomorrow, hopefully you'll be able to have a quick review. I don't advise, but you know what's best. Okay, next one, guys. So we have here question 5. A school rewards students for good work by giving them merit points. James has X merit points. Okay, so I always identify the subject. So in this case, the subject is James. So J is equal to X. The next one says Sarah has 4 times as many merit points than James. So S for Sarah, she has 4 times, so it's 4x. Okay, tap on the screen if you're okay with that. Next one. Fantastic. And so it's a good recap for some of you that have done this because this is the most recent one. Fantastic. It's not the actual paper, but I'm teaching you how to cheat as much as you possibly can using the calculator all the time, guys. Okay, next one. So we have Robert. So Robert has 69 fewer. Fewer means less, means take away. So fewer than James. So it's X minus the 69. So if you've done this, it's a good recap. So great. So now we have that. It's a start. So we've done the first part here. And that's how I like to do this question. So you're not reading everything and not understanding what to do first. Do it in stages, please. Next one we have each merit point is worth 3 pence. Okay. So 1 merit point is equal to 3p. Yeah. Great. So next part, all 3 of the students have a total of £21 and 15 pence. Okay, so what do? We know each of those merit points is worth 3. So we need to divide to find the actual total of all of those added together. So £21 and 15 pence. And we can actually have this as in pence. So it's easier then to calculate unit per unit. So divide that by 3p. And you find out how many merits is altogether. Grab the calculator, 2,115 divided by 3. Fantastic. So we have 705, okay? 705. So all of those added together, so x plus 4x is 5x, plus x is 6x. So 6x minus 69 is equal to 705. So we're halfway there. It's 5 marker, so you want to get the most out of it, okay, guys? What would be the answer?
Check, is it not £7.55?
Seven, yeah, it is £7. Yeah, correct. But remember that we converted the pounds to pence. So we removed the decimal place because it's times by 100. Good questions. You can do it in pounds, but it's easier if you have it in pence so you're not dealing with decimal places, okay? Good questions. Great. So good questioning there. So this is in pence. So let's put this in pence so everyone knows exactly what we're dealing with. But obviously we don't want to drag that p here so it doesn't look part of the equation, okay? So let's do this. So make sure you use the calculator so there's no mistake. So 2,115 divided by 3 gives you 705. Great. So now rearrange everything. Remember, let's do it in stages. First, we add 69 on both sides. That's what we're doing. And then the next step we have to do is divide by 6. So 6x is equal to 705 plus 69. And divide everything by 6. Why? Because we can cancel that out and we can plot that onto the calculator. Remember, oh, we have already people answering. Well done, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Lovely. So we're getting it. So we plot this onto the calculator as an equation to make it easier. This is for foundation and higher. This comes on both, okay? 129. Fantastic. So we know the answer to x equals 129. Okay, we're talking in terms of pence, so merit point as well, because we divided by 3. So this merit point, so James will be 129. You can write that straight away there. And then the other one would be 4 times 129. Grab the calculators. I didn't delete the answer. Remember, you need to save time in your exam. And we get 516. 516. And I'm doing this in tandem, so I'm not making mistakes. And the next one will be equal to 129 minus 69. I know some of you are saying, I know this by heart, but I still want you to write it down on the type it on the calculator. 129 minus 69. And you get the answer of 60. So this is the end of your calculation. 5 marks, 5 minutes. Okay?
Where did you get 6x?
Ooh, good question, good question. So I added 1. It's like you have a 1 at the front. It's invisible, and we don't see it. It's like you have a 1 here and a 1 here. But we don't see it because we know 1x is equal to x. So I like those questions. Yeah, I can send you these papers if you want to go through it. But today, I believe, because you're close to the exam, please just observe and pick up on these questions. Okay? I'll be able to send you the papers. I'll put on the link in the bio today with the videos. Okay? Fantastic. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. But guys, today is about observing because you have the exam tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Okay, so points. We're talking about points. So James has 129 merit points. Sarah has 516 and Robert has 60. Okay? Great, guys. Next question. Tap on the screen if you're okay with that. It's 5 marker there. That was a 5 marker. Great. Yeah, I'll do that. The team is already on the ball. They'll have access to all this and they'll put it as soon as we finish. We'll put it online. So you guys have access to just a review. Don't go to bed late, though. I don't advise anybody to do this too late. Okay? Next one. A farm has an area of 13 kilometers squared. The farmer must pay 1p tax for each meter squared of land he owns. So find the amount of tax the farmer must pay. So let's do this in stages. So the first thing we need to know, we have 13 kilometers squared. We need to remember the units. So the units, we know that for 1 kilometer, if it is a straight line, is equal to 1,000 meters, okay? But if we have 1 kilometer squared, and this is the important part, guys, if we have 1 kilometer squared is equal to 1,000 squared. And this is where most people forget. This is equal to 1,000,000, okay? So you need to multiply that with 1,000,000 because it's 1,000 squared. If you're not quite sure, type on the calculator. So you have 1,000 squared and you get your answer. 6 zeros come after the 1, guys. So you have 1,000,000. So that's what you're multiplying by. You need to remember that this is in pence once we convert as well. So we end up with the answer of 13 million. Okay? How we convert into pounds? This is the same as saying 1p for every meter squared. So this is in meter squared, but it's also 1p because it's for every meter squared is also 1p. We convert by dividing by 100 because there is how we convert this into pounds. We need the answer in pounds, not in pence. If it's in pence, it's correct. But if it's in pounds, you need to divide, okay? So that means you would have 130,000. Remember, we're moving 2 decimal places, so you have the rest there. So most of you would cancel out like this, the same. Tap on the screen if you find that easy. 2 easy marks. Fantastic. Next one, guys. Next one. You find, yeah. But the first few questions is always foundation and higher. This one is still foundation as well as higher, okay? Don't think it's just on higher. This is a higher paper, but you have both. I keep saying this in every session. Remember, 10 questions from the foundation is the same. Let's read this question first. I know I need a ruler for these type of questions, so I always bring it out. So this is question 7. Shape A is enlarged by, sorry about the bye-bye there. You know, this was a printout, probably misprint. So shape A is enlarged by scale factor of 2. That means it was multiplied by 2. With the center of enlargement, 6, 4. So let's go 6, 4. That's the center of enlargement, guys. So then let's see, to form shape B. So that shape A is enlarged by factor 2 to create shape B. Yep, so let's have a look. Now we use that to go around the edges of that initial triangle. And I use all the points to help me draw out where it will end. And if you can see a discrepancy, that's when you need to find out what would be the correct information. So first, I have the lines. So I'm happy with this one. But I'm not happy with this one because there's a big gap there. Okay, so bring your rulers out for this question. There's a massive gap here. So that means I'm going to check if it was multiplied by 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this side is 4. So it should be 4 times by 2, which is equal to 8. So this length here should be 8. Let's check that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not. So that means the coordinate should sit on that line there. And this is the coordinate of -4, 2. And that is the answer for that side. Okay, so this is where we have the mistake. So write the correct one, -4, 2. That's one marker. It takes a bit of time, but you might have saved in the other questions that you took a bit too long. Tap on the screen if you found that question easy. Tap on the screen. Okay. Both these questions come both foundation and higher. The first 10 questions. Oh, I love it. I know some of you been here far too long. You keep even helping out us during the background. Fantastic, guys. Love it. Take advantage. Foundation and higher up until now. Great. Next question, guys. So question 8. We have here what we call angle at a point. So think about this point. So angle at a point add up to what, guys? Tap on the comments. You probably know what it is. Tap on the comments. What it is. Okay, we have people probably even trying to give the answer straight away. Yes, 360, fantastic. So angle at a point equals 360 degrees. So that means R plus 9R plus 20 degrees must be equal to 300, I can't even speak now. It must be equal to 360 degrees. Fantastic, guys. Ooh, fantastic. Lots of people.
It asked for the coordinate, not the coordinate.
So this one is not the coordinate, guys. This one is degrees. We're going to find what is the value of R. Lots of answers, 34. How quick you guys are. I love it. But we still need to show the working out. So make sure you show all the working out. That's one. And then you can rearrange. So we have 10R is equal to 360. And we're going to take away 20 from both sides, okay? We simplified. 1R plus 9R is 10R is equal to 360 minus 20 degrees. That's what we're doing here. And then you need to divide both sides by 10. So I do this straight away because we want to save time in an exam. So R is equal to, again, grab your calculator, guys. We're doing this in one step. Fraction 360 minus 20 over 10. So we rearranged and now we get the answer. And most of you had the answer already, 34. But we need to show to the ones that are not quite sure how to get the answer. And also you get the mark for the working out. Guys, make sure you write this. This part is still foundation and higher, both. Okay, I'll tell you when it gets harder. This one should be both as well, foundation and higher. Let's see the first one. So the point 18, this is, we're talking about equation of a straight line. If you know the equation of a straight line, guys, write the answer in the comments. Write the, ooh, what happened to our questions? Where are they? Just disappeared. Let's see what happens here. Don't know what happened there. Equation of a straight line, guys. There we go. Came all the way to the beginning again. Just give it a bit of time. I told you after half an hour, my laptop starts warming up. I need to change my laptop very soon. Start using paper. Okay. Fantastic. You can see all of you will have access to this today, okay? So don't be worrying if you want to recap straight after. I will be put. Oh, fantastic. User 7854. Fantastic. Y equals mx plus c. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. So y equals mx plus c. So m is your gradient and c is where it touches the y-axis. And these are things that you need to remember to calculate. It's a paper 2H. You're doing the paper tomorrow, so it's important to have all of this. Great. Ooh, I love it. I have so many answers already. So we have people saying 1.5 for the gradient. You can use it as a fraction as well if you want. It's up to you. Love it, love it, love it. So many, guys. Love it. So first thing we need to do, for some of you that don't know how to do this, is rise over run. Rise over run. So that means we need to use the information from this side and this side and take away. Sorry?
We're not recording.
Oh.
Your screen isn't recording.
Oh, thank you, guys. Some of you saw that the screen is not recording. We need to record again because there was an issue before. We need to record so you guys have access. Wow. If we had that failing for you guys, I wouldn't be very happy. Oh, it's not recording yet. Just give me a second. It's not recording. Yeah, he's definitely going through a transition here. I don't know what's going on. Guys, just give me a second because I want you to have the recording later on. And obviously it's a crossover. Thank you so much, guys. I love this. Everyone knows the terminology as well. So you know the commands and the terminology. We on it. Great. Perfect. We are recording again. I want to make sure you have access to this. The team in the background is helping as well. Great. So this is still foundation. Linear is still foundation. You could find a quadratic, but this is still foundation. Okay. So here we have rise over run. So to find m is equal to the value of y of the first one, the second one, sorry, 40, minus the value of the first one for y. So you take 31. You do the same on the other side, and you have 24 rise over run minus 18. You probably used to hear that all the time. And you just plot that on the calculator. I know some of you want to use your mental skills. I told you, use a calculator. That's how we save time. And silly mistakes, you can go back and check. If you made any silly mistakes, you can correct very quickly. Okay, so I'm checking as well. So the answer will be 3/2, which is the same as 1.5. Well done for some of you that have done it. So it will be y is equal to 3/2 of x plus c. So now we need to find out what is the value of c. So you have already some information. You know y. Sorry. Oh, some of you are writing it down. Fantastic. Formula, yes. This is the formula for this equation of a straight line. So we need to find c. C is where it finds the y-intercept. Yes. So let's find that out. So we can pick any of those. And I'm going to pick the first one. One, it has smaller numbers. And secondly, I always like to go for the first one. So therefore, we're dealing with 31 is equal to 1.5 or 3/2 is the same thing. Remember, if you press on the SD, it gives you the decimal of x. So times by the value of x, which is 18, plus c. So we can find the answer by rearranging. I rearrange, then I plot on the calculator. So here, we know we have 31, 1.5 times 18, we're going to move to this side, is going to be minus 1.5 times 18. You could have done it straight away, is equal to c. And once we have that, we can finalize. So again, I plot everything on the calculator, 31 minus 1.5 times 18. The calculator has BIDMA, so I don't need to worry. Okay, c is equal to 4. Okay, c is equal to 4. If you had the same answer, tap on the screen. The first few questions we're going through, guys, is foundation as well. Okay, it's foundation as well. I know some of you are helping in the background. So we're going to rewrite the equation, and we know it's going to be y is equal to 1.5 of x plus 4. That's what they want, to write down the equation. Do not plot any of those into the calculations there. Okay, that's the equation. 1.5x plus 4. If you want to leave it as a fraction, you can. That's it for 3 markers, guys. 3 markers, foundation and higher, this one. Next one, question 10, is also foundation and higher, guys. Don't get deceived just because this is the higher paper. I'll tell you when it's just higher, okay? So on this one, let's read the question. Find the probability of A, interception of C, for the Venn diagram shown above. So what he's saying is the interception for A and interception for C. Nothing to do with B at the moment. We just need first to find out what is the interception, okay? So I always say A interception of C has those two values together, 8 plus 9, okay? 8 plus 9. We know the answer, 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. Tap on the screen if you're okay with that. So those two are the interception. Now that we have that, we need to know the total. So you need to add 11 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 8. So I'm going through all the numbers inside here. Okay, guys? So make sure you're doing exactly the same. And then the last one, which is the elements, plus 6. All of those need to be added together because it's going to be your denominator, the total at the bottom. Okay? Let's have a look. So we have calculator at hand. I keep saying this, guys. Use calculator, don't make mistakes. And if you have mistakes on the calculator, you can always go back with the cursor and correct. Any comments? I'll check it in a second, guys. So I check and we have 54. Okay, so the bottom, the total of all of it is 54. And for A and B, the interception is 17. It didn't ask to simplify, so guys, don't go and be heroes and simplify. Leave it as it is. 17 out of 54. Okay, great. Great stuff. Yeah, I need a bit of water now. See if the team can bring me some water in a second. Great stuff.
Okay,
Ooh, fantastic. I see some comments. Why 8 and 9? Because we're looking at the interception, and the interception between A, so that says A interception of C. The interception is where they intercept. They intercept between these two bubbles, okay? So the interception is everything that accumulates there. So if I had those two, like this, is everything that is here. If it was union, it would be everything that is inside there as well. But in this case, his interception is everything that is in the middle. Both foundation and higher, this one, guys. Any more questions for this question before I move on? Fantastic. No more questions. I'm trying to get through it very quickly. Yeah, okay, great. So we ready for the next one? Good questions. I like that. Okay. Direct and indirect proportion. So this type of question, sometimes we get a bit confused. What are they asking us to do? So it's not hard. We just need to know the equation. This is not given on your
when that symbol is flipped, what does it mean?
intercept. Okay. So when it's called union. So if we have good question there, sorry, thank you, the team alert me to it. So this is interception, the one that is shown. If we have A, U, C, that's called union. And the union would be both circles, everything that is on both circles, including the interception. Okay, good questions because it can come on the exam, you're quite right. Yeah. Yeah, the union. Is the union between A and B, or if they are looking at B and C, is B and C. So be careful which one it is. You're welcome, guys. This is the place to take the doubts out because the exam is tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Great. Next one. So we have here, Y is directly proportional to X. Both higher and foundation, guys. I'll tell you, up until now, both of the, all the questions we answer up until now are also on foundation. Okay? So when it stops being foundation as well as higher, I'll tell you this is just higher, guys. Okay? But at the moment is both. Okay? So here we have Y is directly proportional to X. So we need to write Y is like a fish. The symbol, you've probably seen it before, is that directly proportional to X. So it's K times X. And that's how we show it. Then you can substitute that value, Y is equal to KX by equal sign. And we can substitute the values now. We have Y is equal to 55.3 is equal to K times X. In this case, we have 7 for X. So the number comes always first and the K comes after. We know it's multiply, the opposite will be divide. So we have to do the same. So we're going to divide both sides by 7. You've seen the drill in some of my videos that I've done before. That cancels out. And you can grab your calculator. Okay, guys, grab your calculator. Don't be heroes here doing long multiplication. I don't want to see short multiplication or long. I don't care. It's a calculator paper. Okay, 7.9. So K is equal to 7.9. So now that we have the answer, they say write an equation for Y in terms of X. They already gave you a clue, but this might not be on your exam. Okay? So let's give it a try. So we have y. For people that are saying, guys, I'm going back to the comments before I finish this question. You're saying you're failing. Remember that you can sit the exam in November if nothing changes. And also you have other options like level 2 if you want to go to university, or you can resit your exams in November if nothing changes, okay? Let's never give up, exactly. Support each other in this group. I love it. Well done, guys. So now we can carry on. We know K is that answer. We have the equation, so this is the equation. We just need to substitute now the value of K, and that's the equation for any of those. So we know that the answer would be 7.9x. So if you have any of the values of x, you can substitute to find the value of y. And if you don't have the value of x, you substitute to find the value of x by having the substitution on y. Okay, well done, guys. Let's keep up. Let's support each other, okay? Guys, if anyone thinks they're failing, I'm going to stay here till the 24th for a reason. I want to give you some insight on what came on the papers, and then you can tell me where you've gone wrong or where you could have done better, and then we can look at if you can sit the exam privately. So do contact me if you ever feel like you need to sit it privately to get those places for university, okay? Great. So if you're happy with that, tap on the screen. We're going to the next question, guys. Next question. It depends what you want to do in life. Not all of you actually need the GCSEs, even though you are doing the exam. Just do your best. That's all you can do today. Do your best. Okay. Another Venn diagram, and this is for foundation and higher as well. So here we have below a Venn diagram, 31 people are asked about their pets. So that means I can see we need to plot the information onto the Venn diagram. And the total of all of them together is 31. So then we have 22 had a cat, 16 had a cat, 16 had a dog, and... Sorry?
Can we go back to question 11?
Which one? The question before?
Question 11, yeah.
This one?
Someone needs the copy.
Okay. The previous one. So guys, what I would say, you are on Android or whichever phone you've got, just screenshot, and don't worry that as soon as we finish, that's why we're recording here. And I want you guys to remind me, if I don't have this, I can't post this straight away onto YouTube and TikTok. Okay? So please remind me. So this is recorded. Trust me, as soon as I finish, I'll upload onto YouTube, and I'll upload also onto, yeah, fantastic. Okay. Screenshot, guys. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. It's too many questions. I want you to get the most out of it. Okay? Great. So below is a Venn diagram. 31 people are asked about their pets. 22 had a cat. 16 had a dog. And 12 had a cat, but not a dog. So we need to be able to calculate all this. So A, we know that we have 31 people, so 31. How many of those had a cat? 16 had a cat, and 12 had a cat, but not a dog. So we know that some of them will have a cat. So we have B equals cat minus whatever is in A. And then we have the next one is C equals 22 minus the 12. And we get the answer for B. It will be 10 altogether. Okay, so this will be answer 10. So that's the answer we put for B, 10 of them. Okay, was that clear, guys? So now we know that 22 had cats, so we can go back to that. So it will be 22, so that's A, is equal to 22. Okay, sorry, that was A straight away, not B, not C there, B. Okay, so we know that we have 22 minus the 12, so we know that we have 12 there altogether. Okay, 12 there altogether. And now we need C. So C is equal to dog minus whatever is in B. And we know dog is equal to how many? We have 16. 16 minus 10, we get the answer of 6. So we have 6. Okay? Now what's left? So we need to be able to add all of those up. And whatever's left from 31, we need to put it in D. Okay? So 31 minus 12 minus 10 minus 6. That should be equal to D. So D is equal to the answer we've got here. So everyone grab your calculators. Again, you should be able to do this fairly quickly, even quicker than I am because I'm talking through it. And you tap in and you should have the answer. So the answer is 3. So D is 3. Just put anywhere within that box. If you're happy with that, tap on the screen and that's it for that question. So it's worth what? How many marks altogether? 2 marks, and then you just plot all the information in, okay? Tap on the screen if you're happy with that. Here we go. So we have A is equal to 12. B is equal to 10. C is equal to 6. And D is equal to 3. Okay, if you're happy with that question, let's go to the next one. Yeah, both higher and foundation, guys. Both higher and foundation for this question. The next one as well, okay? I think now from that on, we don't have many more. Yeah, 15, I think you can go through it. Definitely ratio on foundation as well. Great. Don't dread the exams. Do it where you can. And remember, your brain absorbed a lot of information over these past few years. Just take your time, please. Take your time. Okay. Last few minutes, I'm trying to get as much as I possibly can. And then what I'll do with the recording, I'll post straight away so you guys can see it. And also the paper onto the link in the bio. But don't waste a lot of time going through the questions because some of the information you already have. Okay, this one, I like to split the shape. You can split it like that way or this way. So it's easier for you to manage, okay? So the first thing you can do, we know this is 14, we know this is 21, and we know that we have also the width, okay? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, can be this side or this side as well. Whichever side you want to do it. I'll do it this way because it's easier for me. And I'm going to create an equation so I can plot on the calculator and save time. Let's all do that. So volume, so you should all know area for volume of cuboid. So volume is length times width times height. Remember that, guys. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. And if you can't see the full width, but it's here, it's invisible, but it's there. So it will be the same as the 10, okay? And the height of this is on the side here. And if you want to find out this little bit, it will be 19, take away 14. And probably you notice is 5 centimeters, okay? 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters at the bottom. So we can do both of them. So volume, let's call the first shape 1, and this is shape 2, okay? So volume of shape 1 is equal to length times width times height, which is equal to 28. Plot that on the calculator, guys. Don't be heroes. And this is cubed, remember. So 5 times 10 times 28. So we have 1400 centimeters cubed. Now we're going to do shape 2. So this one we have 14 centimeters. So we have length is 14 times by width, which is 10. Same as the previous one because it goes in tandem. And then 21 for the height. Tap that on the calculator. 14 times by 10 times by 21. I'm doing in stages, guys. I'm not rushing. So you know exactly what to do. 2,940 centimeters cubed. And what you have to do at the end is just add them together, okay? Add them together. Oh, that's all you have to do. So we're finding the volume of this prism, okay? Add them together. So I have the last answer. I just need to add 1,400. Hopefully I didn't touch any of the buttons. And we have the answer 4,340, okay? If we're happy with that, let's move on. If you finish and you know exactly how to do it, guys, I'm very proud of you guys. Very proud. And don't be afraid because tomorrow, these things will be fresh in your head, okay? Very fresh. Yeah, I'll definitely post both of them. Yeah, fantastic. Great Great stuff going on here. Some of you want to be 15 forever. I get you. Trust me, growing up is never easy. Never easy. Oops, he cut off again.